Hello, this is going to be my December writing vlog. It is the 5th already. So I took 2 days very decidedly off, and then I wrote a little on the 3rd, 657 words. And I had every intention of writing today, and I wrote 286 words, and then my kids woke up early from naps. So I'm hoping I will write more tonight. My ultimate goal for December is to finish my draft, and I think it's only going to be 12 or 15,000 words to get to the end. And I'm going to try for an average of about 500 words a day until I hit that point where I have a ton of momentum and I'm basically at the end and everything is galloping to a close. At which point I will probably write a lot in one day and then be done. At least that's what happened with the last one. Although that was a 4K day, I don't think that's going to happen this time. At any rate, picking away at it. Definitely needed that break. I slept for 10 hours the night of the 30th, which is not a thing I ever do. And I actually took a nap on the 3rd, I guess it was. Again, not a thing I do. Not intentionally anyway. Once in a while I fall asleep sitting up because life is tiring. Anyway, that is my goal. I have stated it now. I'm gonna try to live up to it. So the last day that I filmed a tidbit, I did write a little more and got over 600 words again. So that was 600 and something on the 3rd and on the 5th. Now it's the 7th. I did manage to write over 1,000 words so far today. And yeah, it's hard to find the balance between taking it a little easier and not utterly losing momentum. So we'll see. I tend to be a pretty, full speed ahead kind of person, or I just lose everything utterly. So I'm gonna try to err on the side of pushing myself a little harder rather than on the side of letting everything fall apart. We'll see how that goes. I did have a really interesting dream last night about a large group of people, some of whom I knew, some were strangers, that were shut into some sort of facility until we had accomplished some sort of task. But it seemed like it was an individual task, like we all had a thing that we had to do. It wasn't like we were trying to work together. It was a weird combination of high-tech and sort of primitive facility. I guess a little like Maze Runner in that it was what kept us in that was high-tech, but sort of the living arrangements in there were, maybe kind of like a summer camp. I think it was about NaNo. I don't know why December is turning into right on odd numbered days month, but that is what has been happening. So I wrote over 1,000 words on Monday, the 9th. Today is Wednesday, the 11th, and I just wrote over 1,000 words, and I'm really happy with it because I'd been wondering how to work in this thing, reveal this information, and I figured it out in a way that is unexpected and exciting and provided a great cliffhangery end to a chapter. And I left it there, and now I have major action conclusion coming up next. I guess for the 13th, eh? So I did not write on the 13th. I had a super busy week of making batch after batch of 8 different kinds of treats and stuffing treat bags for 18 different people. My husband has a really big family. It's awesome. And they love my treats. Anyway, I finally got all of that done. Treat bags got delivered, and I was looking forward to having some writing time. yesterday, but of course my kids have another cold. So I got them down for nap, and then my youngest coughed them awake again. And that was just one in a string of small, ordinary disasters yesterday, but there was such a string of them. Oh my goodness, it was not a good day. It was really not a good day. So I didn't write then either. That was the 15th. And it is the 16th. And Norbert came to visit. So I am also at this point where I am right on the verge of this, big finale, the major action. and yeah, all these other things have come up, but also I feel like there's a good chance I'm just a little nervous about it. I have to tie everything up, not everything, because there will be resolution and exploration of stuff, whatever, in the denouement, but a lot of things have to come together in the next 2,000 or 3,000 words. It's intimidating, but my tea is steeping, my cats are here, my kids are asleep. I'm gonna give it a try. All right, I did it 1,072 words, and I got that big final conflict started. Now I'm leaving people in a desperate situation, but my kids are about to wake up. I'm glad that I'm continuing to make progress. I am continuing to feel pretty intimidated by this part, though. After a few days of not writing at all, I did write over 500 words on the 20th, over 1,500 on the 21st, and another over 500. It was actually 728 yesterday. It is now the 23rd, or Christmas Eve. And where am I at? So the main conflict is over. The big, exciting confrontation that I've been building up to for a long time, and I had to work out the mechanics of it. It's over. And that's awesome. There was something Emily Bourne mentioned. I meant to look into the person she said talks about it. Maybe it was heart breathings. Q factor, which, as I understand it, is kind of like a Chekhov's gun, but that it is instrumental in the resolution. So essentially, that moment where the character finds the use for the thing that they have had, that they have had in their pocket since the very beginning. So I'm gonna call it the Satsuma because of the Doctor Who Christmas special, where everything was resolved by the Satsuma in the dressing gown pocket. Anyway, I really wanted to have that work out, and I think I managed it all right. But now here I am, trying to tie up everything else, and I feel like I'm starting to meander, which hasn't been a problem. It's still only, I don't know, under 59,000, I think, words. And so it's been a little sparse, I think, a little lean, not a ton of description. I was thinking I was going to need to beef it up a little bit on revision, and now suddenly I find myself a little lost. I don't know that I'm really meandering that much. I think mostly what I'm doing is dramatizing stuff that needs to be summarized, but I'm a little unclear on how I'm resolving everything, how everything will get tied up. I have one really crystal clear scene that needs to happen, almost like a micro scene for the resolution to feel good for me. And other than that, I have things I need to tie up and not a lot of clarity about how I'm tying them. So I think at this point, brainstorming is what I need to do next. So after brainstorming a bit the other day, I did actually write a little over 500 words that day. And then it was a couple of crazy days of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then I managed to write a little yesterday. I think it was 656 words. And then today I wrote 2,654 words today. And the last two words that I wrote today were pretty special. Oh my goodness. This is it. I did it. That is the end. The manuscript total is 63,704 words that I wrote in just under 2 months. And now I don't quite know what to do with myself. Now I walk away. Now I take a break. I read a book. I don't know. Shake my sillies out. It's a crazy feeling. I am a little overwhelmed. Really glad I got it done. Really not sure how I feel right now or what to do next, but maybe I will have a better sense of that tomorrow or the next day. I'm just gonna let this sink in for a little bit. I'm gonna make myself a nice hot beverage.